After Mega Man 8 and Mega Man Base tried pushing the series forward with better graphics, anime cutscenes, and voice acting that kinda sound like it was recorded at 3 AM, Capcom decided the best evolution for the series was to send Mega Man back to the 80s, so Mega Man crawled back into the 8-bit area and copied his most popular game, Mega Man 2. With some improvements of course, like swapping weapons in 10 and that's it. No slide or charge shot, just jumping and shooting. We still do have Rush of course, and the series took a 10-year break and spammed nothing but RPGs and some X games and other spin-offs. Capcom did have inti craze focus on the series for a bit, and they focused on other series as well, like Resident Evil, Devil May Cry. And speaking of inti craze, they made Mega Man 9 and 10, and let's say they did a good job with the classic series. In my opinion, Mega Man 9 is one of the hardest games in the series, and it likes to punish the player, but it also does teach us the mechanics fairly, like in Galaxy Man level with these things that teleport you and these enemies that try and push you into spikes. They're little assholes, but they're easily dodged. Sometimes. Some can seem challenging, but most of it's just practicing good timing, though the checkpoints can be a bit punishing, but the stages are short, so it is kinda fair. It does copy a lot from Mega Man 2, like in Concrete Man level, where we have these elephants that kinda remind me of the tiger from Woodman stage. And they do get more difficult with each section. I did struggle a lot with this as a kid though. Most of it is just getting good and practicing with a lot of stuff. And they do reference a lot of old mechanics like in Splash Woman's level. Oh wait, we have our first female robot master. Representation. She does have the bubbles from Waveman's level, which is a nice little callback. The game has many callbacks and little nods and references here and there, but it never feels in your face, and it does a lot of new stuff too. Mainly new, but the shop does have some callbacks, like changing Roll into a Mega Man 8 appearance and Mega Man removing his helmet. And let's talk about the story really quickly, as it brings up something interesting, but let's start at the start. Robots now have this thing called an expiry date, and the new 8 have theirs coming up. So Dr. Wily convinces them reprogrammed to join his side and frames Dr. Light for committing this crime and gets him arrested. As this is a Mega Man game, everyone points out that it's Dr. Wily, but we need proof, so Mega Man suits up and takes on the new 8 robots. Though it is interesting that robots have an expiry date and they get scrapped to become new robots like Fireman from Mega Man 1 becoming Heatman from Mega Man 2. It's honestly pretty dark for this series, and since the classic and not the X series, they don't have full freedom like the other robots. We have seen Mega Man break free from this a little bit, but could they resent us for what we've done? Especially now since AI is progressing. Treat your AI as well, just in case of a robot evolution or something. But this is the classic series, and it never goes deeper with its themes, like the X series or flirts with it like the Legend series, hiding behind its colourful charms. The Legend series is colourful like the classic series, but it is funny with the classic series we're going from 8-bit to 16-bit to 32-bit and back to 8-bit again. Though just because we're going back doesn't mean certain elements aren't there, like if we have to shop from 7. It does take more from 7 than 8, but we do lose the climbing ladders ability from Mega Man 8, so it is kind of pick your poison this time. Though it being 8-bit doesn't make the experience any less, so it does hold itself back to match the older titles, but it does keep the positives like the movement from 4, and especially with the sprite quality and of the cutscenes through 6. Though 6 is my favourite, 4 is a close contender, and I do like how Mega Man controls in 4 is, he feels the best in that game, but 6 has the best level design. Though one of my favourites isn't the X series, but we'll see that when we reach it. It does take a lot from the 8-bit games, but makes it its own, but the Mega Man 10 is a little bit more experimental in its own thing. Before we talk about 10, let's finish talking about 9 and the Wily stages come back, of course they do. And this time they're very challenging, but these stages also make us use the Robot Master's ability to help in certain parts of the level, which is also very nice. These levels are okay, they're like the other ones from previous Mega Man games, so I won't waste your time talking about them too much. And we make it to Wily to kick his ass and rescue Dr. Light and clear his name. We also see a little base cameo. I wonder what happened to him after Mega Man... well, this is Mega Man 9. I guess... Anyhow, we see Mega Man humiliate Wily by showing his losses from Mega Man 1 through base. It is also nice seeing the non-NES games in 8-bit style. We rush to see Dr. Light and Pro Man comes in and tells us it's a fake and then leaves after having a temper tantrum. He gains some aura and then lost it. Mega Man gets shocked and Wily leaves. Proto Man comes in and complains, "My guy, you left us, what the fuck are you doing? Don't be annoyed at us, asshole." And he was so cool as a kid as well. But in the credits we see the robots return and Dr. Light has been cleared of all charges. Now let's have a quick look at Mega Man 10. It's basically Mega Man 2, 3 or 9-2. It sounds like a Kingdom Hearts title here. The gameplay is the same, but switching weapons is easier, and we have a difficulty selection, that being easy, normal, and hard mode, of course. Hard mode was DLC, and since I made a great transition in my opinion, let's talk about the DLC for both games quickly. Mega Man 9 had a challenge mode and added Proto Man. He's like Mega Man in 4, but takes way more damage. Good luck if you're into that thing, and well, it does seem like hell, so yeah, you're gonna need a lot of luck. And in 10 we get Base, who controls like how he did in Mega Man Base. So the story goes this time around that the robot ends the virus will start to take over, and Dr. Light and Wily must work together after Wily gets jumped and kicked out. In the meantime, someone needs to go stop the robots from causing havoc, so Mega Man, Proto Man and Base in the DLC go out to stop them. It is nice seeing Proto Man interrupt and saying he's gonna help Mega Man this time. It does show that they're brothers and have a nice bond together now after all that happened. And before we talk about Mega Man 10 levels, I want to mention the designs really quickly. I really like what they did with Splash Woman, Tornado Man, Galaxy Man and Hornet Man from 9. And Hornet Man was going to be called Hornet Woman. I wish they kept it as the design looks pretty cute and adds a bit more variety to the series. The rest also look pretty cool. And for 10 I like Blade Man, Commando Man, Pump Man and Shell Man. Kind of a interesting combo with how I mentioned them. All of them look good except Sheep Man. And this stage is weird. Why is it in a computer? I have no idea, but it's pretty cool. 10 also does have some cool stage gimmicks like the Chill Man and with the icebox. I also like the Storm Park. I like the vans you also have to jump over in Nitro Man stage. That's also pretty fun. And pulling off the jumps at the right time and just going through the stage as quick as you can is the best. Pump Man is fun, but also a bit bland with the stage. Blade Man has these fun little platform sections and the mini boss. The game does like throw them a bit, but it's less iconic than 9. But they should be iconic, as I prefer them over 9, as they're more fair and balanced, but both can be cheated with weapons. Halfway through the game, Mega Man will start to get symptoms where, while Wily and Light work on the cure, we see how Raw is suffering with it, and after we beat all 8 Robot Masters, Wily betrays us. Very shocking, who knew he would do that? Again. Mega Man gets infected, but Raw gives him a prototype, and now he's back in action. And if you play as Proto Man, Mega Man will give him the prototype, and for Base, Triple will. The Wily stages are like last time, but I do like the one that copies robots from 1 through 9. Shame no Base. It's a nice callback and made the game feel like it was one last Mega Man adventure, and it was until 2018. Where we go through all the stages and have this funny cutscene leading us into space for the final battle against Wily. We reach Wily and he has a double, but it's hard to tell them apart as they look the same. One is grey and the other is how he normally is. We use Chill Man's weapon on him, and like the other 10 times, well 11 now, we kick his ass and he begs for forgiveness. Wily catches a cold and is hospitalized, and it's a bit ironic. He catches a cold and we use Chill Man's weapon on him. But it is a miracle he's alive since we fought him in space. He leaves the antidote behind and all the robots are cured. And in the DLC, Mega Man fights the robots from the Game Boy games, like Enka, Punk and Ballad, the Mega Man killers. That concludes these games. It really does feel like an end of an era, but not fully, as we have one more game left to cover. After 10, the series took an 8-year break with many cancelled games, and that's for its own video. I want to mention some mini things to cover before we leave. The OST is peak like all the other Mega games, and the tracks are amazing. Like Mega Man 9 has a nostalgic yet adventurous soundtrack, with Galaxy Man's theme, Splash Woman and Hornet Man's. While Mega Man 10 feels like the composer want to show off and experiment, like with Nitro Man's theme, Solar Man, Chill Man's, and my favourite, Wily 1 or Abandoned Memories. I think this theme is one of the best soundtracks in all of Mega Man. And also the sprite work here is just amazing and makes the games feel like an NES title or a lost Mega Man game that didn't come out. These games are amazing and challenging, but 10 is better to start off with. Because of the difficulty, and even normal mode is pretty easy. So check them out in my next video and my older ones if you liked it. Remember to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next video as we go over the cancelled Mega Man games. And take care of yourselves too. Bye bye.